better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? Happy Monday. Welcome to Better Daily Live. I'm your host, Alex Van Houten, and today is Mindset Monday. On Mindset Monday, we talk about something to help us get kicked off onto our week on a great foot in our 1% betterment journey. And today we're going to be talking about replacing I with we. So my mindset today is if you replace I with we, then even illness becomes wellness. This is actually a Malcolm X quote that I stumbled upon recently, and I thought it was a really powerful thing given what we do here in Better Daily. As I'm getting into this mindset, though, it would help if you understand the cloud of thoughts around this. First, we just finished the Faithful 40 Challenge. Yesterday was the last day of the Faithful 40 Challenge, and in our group, we had, I want to say 28 or so people register for the Faithful 40 Challenge, and throughout the last 40 days have made a commitment to posting about something that we are working toward progress in, whether it's mindset, nutrition, or exercise, or all three of those realms. Some of us committed to getting more steps in our day and being consistent with our step goal. Some of us committed to working out every day. Some of us committed to getting more protein in our day and recording that to the group every day. Some of us committed to improving our blood sugar. So we committed to lowering our intake of different sugars and stuff. Good morning, Robin. And I even had one guy who committed to laying off of social media for 40 days. And so the Faithful 40 Challenge was really powerful. If you haven't already, make sure you respond to my post debriefing the Faithful 40 Challenge. I tagged every person in the Faithful 40 Challenge in a post asking you to tell us about what your results looked like in the Faithful 40 Challenge. What came out of the Faithful 40 Challenge for you? And what are you going to carry from the Faithful 40 Challenge with you after the Faithful 40 Challenge? Because that's the thing about betterment, right? Is that, you know, in the health and fitness world, and this actually has something to do with the mindset today, in the health and fitness world, a lot of times people think of health and fitness as something that's separate from their lives, right? I'm going to go on this diet. I'm going to achieve particular results. And then I'm going to go back to life as usual. And hopefully my results stick around. What's tough about that is if you make changes that are temporary, then the results that you achieve because of those temporary changes will also be temporary. If eating a certain way makes you lose 10 pounds, and then you stop eating that way and go back to the way you normally ate, then you'll likely gain those 10 pounds back and probably more, because that's the way the body works when you mess with the equilibrium of the body. But that's a conversation for another day. Similarly speaking, let's say you get into the habit of running on a regular basis, and that improves your energy in the afternoon, and it's like, oh, that's really good. But then, you know, you achieve your goal, you run your half marathon, or you achieve your weight loss goal, and you stop running. And so what happens is you find that the energy that you used to get in the afternoon from running goes away. Why? Well, it was a result of that habit, of that discipline that you had constructed or created. And then when you stop, you find that the results that come with that also stop. Right. So in the Faithful 40 Challenge, what we do is we consistently create a change in our life, and we use the power of group accountability. We use the power of group encouragement and inspiration to keep that going for 40 days. What's so powerful about that I've noticed throughout running this challenge is that it actually sticks around. Like what people do in the Faithful 40 Challenge sticks around for them and changes them for the better, for the long haul. Right? Because, you know, let's say that you, in the Faithful 40 Challenge, you commit to getting more steps in a day. So we had one lady in the Faithful 40 Challenge back in the spring of this year who said, hey, I want to hit my step goal every day. I've not been as active as I'd like to be. My work has had me sitting around a lot and stuff. So I'm going to commit to going for a walk at lunchtime and going for a walk after and getting those steps up. She aimed for 12,000 steps a day, and she actually hit 15,000 steps a day more often than not. And so what did she find? Well, by the end of the Faithful 40 Challenge, she found that this had had a direct impact on her sleep quality, that she was going to bed earlier, falling asleep easier, staying asleep longer, and waking up more refreshed. And her conclusion was, hey, I want to do this step goal for the Faithful 40 Challenge because being active is good, and I wanted to be healthy, and I wanted to use activity as a helpful way to make sure that I stay at a healthy body fat and that sort of thing. But what she found is that walking regularly was directly linked to better sleep for her. And so thereafter, past the Faithful 40 Challenge, she kept up with her step goal because she wanted to sleep well. She found that if she didn't get the steps that she needed to in a day or in her week, she started finding that her sleep started to falter. She'd wake up frequently throughout the night or have trouble staying asleep. And that wasn't good. It's not good not to sleep well. It's very painful and harmful to lack restoration. Good morning, John. Good to see you, brother. And so what we find in the Faithful 40 Challenge is that the temporary 40 days changes you for the long haul, and you learn something about yourself. And if you haven't had the opportunity to go back and read some of the things that folks are saying about the Faithful 40 Challenge, I'll post a few in the comments to this video below. It's powerful. It's sticking with people. The changes that people make in the Faithful 40 Challenge stick with them. You learn something on your betterment journey that you can use, another tool in the toolbox. And that is the core of my mindset today. So our mindset for Mindset Monday is when you change I to we, you change illness to wellness. And it's so corny. It's such a corny mindset, but it's so powerful because when people were talking about what the Faithful 40 Challenge did for them, a regular theme thus far has been the energy of this group, the inspiration, the encouragement, knowing that other people are working toward their goals, and the fact that they're high-fiving me and watching my progress. These things all contributed to me sticking with my goals, my commitments, my discipline during the Faithful 40 Challenge. And that's really powerful. There are amazing studies that compare different dietary things together, right? Right now I'm reading The Obesity Code by Dr. Jason Fung, and he talks about a landmark, monumental caloric study where they were following these postmenopausal women for 7 years to see what caloric restriction and regulation did for their weight loss. And what they found is that it literally had no effect. Like, it had no effect to reduce your caloric intake from 1,800 calories a day to 1,400 calories a day. 7 years later, these women didn't weigh any less than when they started. And that's amazing, right? But set that up against a different study, which was trying to figure out what weight loss programs were powerful and effective for people. And the number one thing that was the same among weight loss programs that allowed people to maintain weight loss for a long period of time, the number one thing was not whether or not it was ketogenesis, it was not whether or not you had the right amount of protein, it was not whether or not you ate enough veggies, it was whether or not you had a supportive community of people working towards similar goals. That was the difference. So the difference isn't necessarily how many calories you do or don't eat. It sounds like the difference is whether or not you have a community of people surrounding you who are also working toward betterment in similar ways that you are. And so when you take I am working on my goals. I am going to do this thing for 40 days. I am going to get more steps in a day. I'm going to eat more protein. I'm going to lift weights. I'm going to get more rest. When you take I and you change it to we are doing the Faithful 40 Challenge. We are getting more steps in a day. We are reporting this on a regular basis. We are going to encourage people. We are going to have hard days. We're going to pick ourselves up, damn it, anyway, and get up and keep moving forward. That's what we are going to do. When you change I to we, you change things like illness to wellness. So there's a young woman here in our Faithful 40 Challenge who, in this stage of her life, it was really powerful for her to put her laser focus on getting her 5,000 steps every single day. And those of us who were with her in the Faithful 40 Challenge saw her start out, saw that this was really difficult for her. She wrestles with pain on a regular basis. Her shoes were falling apart. There's all kinds of crazy things that were thrown in her way. But by the end of the Faithful 40 Challenge, not only was she getting 5,000 steps in a day, but she said, I'm not really scared of the pain anymore. I've shown up and I've been doing this and I've been encouraging people, and I'm realizing like I'm not the only one with obstacles. I'm not the only one that this is hard on. And not only that, but I'm made of sterner stuff than I knew. Every single day I've been able to show up and do this thing. Whereas before I was sitting around feeling sorry for myself that the pain was keeping me from doing the thing that I know I needed to do, right? How does that happen? It happens when you change the I to we. It's not I am going to make this happen for myself anymore. It's we are going to do this. I'm going to share with you guys what I'm up to, and I'm going to stick with it. And I'm committed to you, and I'm accountable to you. And also I'm inspired by you. And so thankfully, I don't have to do this thing all by myself. And the I to we thing, I've said this a few different times, and in the podcast that we just launched today, I'll be sharing that in the group as well. I'm so excited for the Better Daily podcast. It's going to be, well, it is the content that you've been seeing in these lives, but we've got like 8 weeks of me going live thus far here in the group every single day. And the Better Daily podcast is something where your friends and family can subscribe to that. It's free. You don't have to be a member here in the group to appreciate the podcast. And then on Monday, we do Mindset Monday. On Tuesday, we do Nutrition Tip Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have Wild Card. On Thursday, we have the Word of the Week, Word Thursday. And then Friday is Flex Friday. That'll be in podcast form that launches today. And you'll hear it in the podcast. In fact, Gabriel recorded the intro for me recently, which was a lot of fun. By the way, it's very difficult to record a podcast intro with a 6-year-old, but he's awesome and he did great. And he says, we all have a cross to carry, but it's lighter when we do it together. And that's the mindset. That's something that I hope that you walk into this week with, is you're not alone. And if you are alone, stop being alone. Stop it. Stop it right now. Because the I needs to be we. There are some things that fall on you. There are some things that are your personal responsibility that nobody else can shoulder for you. However, if we all have that in common, if we all have a cross to carry, then I can be carrying mine and you can be carrying yours, and I can see you over there and I can say, I see you. Good job. Keep up the good work. And you over here see out of the corner of your eye that I'm carrying my cross too, at least the best that I'm able. And you can say, hey, I see you. Good job. Keep up the good work. And hey, every once in a while you got a little extra gas in the tank. You can carry the cross for me, if you feel like it. That's the thing. That's the mindset. Is I'm sure there are areas in your life where it's been secret, it's been dark, it's been all on your shoulders. And if you could just bring it into the light a little bit and let your community be a part of that process, be a part of that struggle, be a part of that obstacle, I think you'll find that more people are excited and willing to be a part of that and inspired by being a part of that than you can imagine. So shout out to you guys who really put it out there during the Faithful 40 Challenge, who shared your mindsets with us, who shared your obstacles and struggles, who stuck with your commitments and disciplines. I'm so, so proud of you for taking the I and making it we. And in that, I hope and I pray for you that something that was ill in you has become more well, because that's the betterment journey. That's what we're up to. We are working to become 1% better every single day. And we are committed, at least here in this Betterment family, we are committed to not doing it alone. So whether you're a fly on the wall watching this process happen and inspired by that, or if you're right in the thick of it, you're right in the middle of going on runs with us and posting your steps and asking questions like, what supplements should I be taking? Or sharing your workouts, or just celebrating the fact that you have things worth being thankful of and you have a mindset or a quote that you want to share or a verse that really impacted you today. I'm so proud of you for making the I a we thing. It takes courage. It takes consistency. It takes a discipline to do that. And my mindset this week is that we continue to do that, especially as we're coming up into this holiday season. A very brief side note, and then I'll shut up. This is the season where, as the days get shorter and as the temperature gets cooler in this hemisphere, that those who would struggle with depression are going to wrestle with seasonal affective disorder. Now, I'm not diagnosing anybody with that. I'm just saying that if you are prone to down moods, feeling like you need to withdraw, feeling depressed, that sort of thing, then this is the season for that. And it's never more important to have an authentic community that you can be yourself with and that you can connect with and you don't have to pretend for. It's never more important to have that than when you're in a place where you're in that seasonal affective place. P.S. If that's you, by the way, start taking vitamin D now. If you're not already taking it, and you might even need to up your dose. If you don't know what your vitamin D toxicity levels might be, reach out to me and we'll talk about it and have an intelligent discussion about how much vitamin D you should take. It can't fix everything, but it can definitely help. Many psychiatrists believe that there's a link between vitamin D levels and seasonal affective disorder. So that's a very, very simple fix to help improve your mood over the next several months. But anyway, that said, let's take the I, change it to we, and perhaps we can change some of our illnesses to wellness. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being a part of the Faithful 40 Challenge. And when I start sharing this podcast around, thank you in advance for subscribing, leaving a raving review if what we've done in Better Daily has been powerful and beneficial for your wellness journey. And thank you so much for being a part of the Betterment family. Again, this is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily. It's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.